done with the sheep.
Ha ha! Great! How did it go? Tell me.
Well, I scattered their sheep like you wanted.
That's perfect.
I also trampled their laundry, like you mentioned.
You did? That must have been quite unpleasant for them. They'll have to start over.
Alshik ran like the wind after I slipped him that specialty of yours.
What a sight that must have been.
Aye. I reckon he's still throwing up.
You've taken care of everything. You deserve a reward. And with a bit on top as well. Like I promised. Since you did such a good job.
Thanks, Olbram.
Don't mention it. You're a handy fella. But you could be even better. With my help, of course. They say I'm a good teacher. And listen, one more thing. We'll be meeting the Tachovites soon to discuss the pasture they stole from us. I'd like you to come with us. If you're not against it, that is.
So, what else do you have in store for those Tachovites?
I'll tell you, friend. We're going to meet the Tachovites on our pasture and try to sort it out. And if we don't get through to them, we'll kick their arses. Will you come with us?
Why not? I've already stolen a maypole and scattered some sheep.
You will? You're really in it with us up to your ears. But I reckon it won't be much fun this time. We meet in the pasture regularly, and it's always the same. I try to explain everything to Prochek, but he doesn't listen to me. Thieving thief! I suppose we'll fight then. Don't worry. When the Tachovites see you, they won't want to mess with us.
Wouldn't you and Prochek rather make up? You've had the pasture split in half for years, and it's worked so far, hasn't it?
You're tracking it down like the tusk of a Bailiff Thrush. He kept wanting to get involved. But to say the pasture ours in front of the Tachovites, that he won't do.
But what if I talk to him? Maybe I can convince him to help us.
I wouldn't bet on it. Last time, he told me and Prochek he'd put us in the stocks if we keep bothering them.
You know what? I'll go have a talk with Thrush. Would you wait for me for a bit?
All right, but be quick. And don't you dare team up with them Tachovites.
I came because of the arguments between Tachov and Zhelejov.
What happened this time? Did Olbram piss in Prochek's ale barrels again like last year?
No, but they're getting ready to meet up and beat each other up.
Let them do it then! Maybe a few knocks to the skull will do them good, and they'll leave me alone.
Well, shouldn't you do something about it? They're arguing over the pasture. If you find out who it belongs to, they'll leave you alone, won't they?
Why should I? Let them eat each other for all I care. In the worst case, I'll put them all in the stocks. That should sort them out.
I'm sure you have enough worries as is. And the Tachovites and Zhelejovites are just wasting your time. Wouldn't it be worth it to sort it out?
That it would. Bandits are running wild. My daughter is leaving the house. I don't have time for those morons right now. How the f*** am I supposed to find out who the pasture belongs to? I looked in the Chronicle. Things like that tend to be there. But Bailiff Brada, who was here before me, must have been a lunatic. You'd have to be mad to make any sense of that book.
Then let me have a look. I may not be mad, but maybe I'll find something you overlooked. You won't have to worry about anything.
You want to touch such a rare book with those filthy peasant hands? Have you lost your mind?
Filthy peasant hands? Do you know how many books I've read? And I never fold corners. If there's anything actually useful in the Chronicle, I'll find it.
Fine, have it your way. Maybe you'll manage to make some sense of Brada's bullshit. But if I find out you've even opened that book too harshly, you'll have me to answer to. No bullshit. Just right. This year, the village prospered.
Wait.
This Latin phrase
Is this
looks
supposed
important.
to be a chronicle?
Is that a
Otherwise, it wouldn't
problem?
be written in red.
I'm not a chronicler.
Fecit
Why want a raise for this
ordinem
responsibility?
in
You want
region
More
ope
money.
Do you want me to tell
Flavi
everyone about the time you were drunk?
I should
naked,
try to find
riding
somebody
on a
who could
pig,
translate it for
yelling
me.
about how you were...
What will it be?
I need to translate something from Latin. You're an educated man, aren't you? Would you help me?
Why not? It's nice to see simple folk wanting to get educated. What is it you need translated?
Fecit ordinem in regione ope clavi ferre.
That's definitely Latin, but what could it mean? In regione is obvious. That's in the country or region. Fecit ordinem is something like to bring order. And clave ferre means iron spike or maybe nail. So, brought order to the region with the help of an iron nail. Where did you hear that nonsense?
That's not important. The main thing is I know what it means, and hopefully it'll help me in my work. Thank you. Ah, here's the damn nail. Right in the middle of the pasture. Olbram and Prochek won't be happy. I think I'll leave the nail where it is. I've already gotten more involved than I should have. I finally found the damn border between the Tachov and Zhelejov parts of the pasture.
How the hell did you manage that?
I found it in that Chronicle of yours. It wasn't easy, but we can finally put an end to all that endless fighting.
About f***ing time. So then, are you sure you found the right place?
Definitely. Bailiff Brada took iron nails and used them to mark the border so that people wouldn't forget where it is. One of them is in the oak tree on the pasture.
That's nice of him and all, but he could have f***ing told somebody about it. Who can make sense of those writings of his? At least Olbram and Prochek will leave us alone now. Go to them, and when you all meet in the pasture, I'll ride over and settle this nonsense once and for all. And if those two start arguing again, I'll be hammering nails into their arses instead of trees.
Well, Zhelejovites, did you miss us?
Of course they did. I reckon they hardly slept a wink.
Can you blame them? I'd rather come and get a beating than hang around in Zhelejov too.
You see? They're provoking us again. There's no use trying to negotiate with them.
There's nothing to negotiate, old man. The pasture is ours, and that's final.
Bullshit! You know right well that I got smacked around as a child in that orchard, right over there.
You know what? Now you'll get smacked around here too.
Enough! Does anybody here have anything better to do?
Thrush? What are you doing here?
This shouldn't concern you, Bailiff. We'll just beat those bastards' asses and go home.
Sort them out, Bailiff. Put a stop to their nonsense once and for all.
I won't tolerate this nonsense in my territory.
Tell that to the Zhelejovites. Maybe they'll finally get it into their thick heads that this pasture is ours.
In your dreams, you Tachovite swine!
Kurva! Be quiet already!
You're both wrong. The pasture is split in half. From here to that oak over there is Zhelejov property, and from the oak on, it belongs to Tachov.
We're supposed to share with them? Pah!
How do you know? You're not even from around here.
But unlike you, yokels, he can read. It's all there, black on white, in the Tachovites Chronicle. So you'll obey it and finally give it a rest.
They've done so much to hurt us. They should have to make it up to us. Make them pay.
None of that. They're the ones always provoking us. You know what? Let's give them a nice final bashing.
Both of you shut up, damn it! All these years you've been hurting each other. Nobody owes anyone anything.
That's right. From this point forward, this dispute is over. And if I hear about anyone causing trouble again, I'll have you all clapped in the pillory. Together. Now pack up and go home.
Well, Grandpa, are you satisfied?
my friend.
Oh, g'day. Not in the slightest. Are you?
No.
Well, at least it's fair. But I'd still rather punch you in the face.
Don't you worry. I'm sure we'll find a reason to fight again soon enough. Otherwise, it'd be an awful bore around here, eh?
Well said.
Now, I hope the Tachovites and Zhelejovites won't be at each other's throats for a while.
I can hardly believe it. I'm sure Lord von Berghoff will be delighted with how I handled it.
How you handled it?
Aye? With a little help from you. True enough. It's nice that someone deals with problems instead of making more for a change.
Thank you is nice and all, but it's customary to add a few groschen, too.
Groschen? Easy for you to say, but where to get them? The harvest was poor last year, the winter was harsh, and the rat house needs fixing. Since you did so well with the Chronicle, I have another book of knowledge for you. I didn't get much out of it myself, but maybe you'll find something revealing in it. That's a damn fine reward, don't you think?
My word. Thank you. This whole pasture belongs to Zhelejov. From the orchard all the way to that oak tree, there's a nail stuck in it, marking the border.
Fantastic! That's what I've been saying this whole time.
That's not possible. How much did Olbram pay you to say that?
How do you know? You're not even from around here.
But unlike you, yokels, he can read. It's all there, black on white, in the Tachovites Chronicle. So you'll obey it and finally give it a rest.
They've done so much to hurt us. They should have to make it up to us. Make them pay.
None of that. They're the ones always provoking us. You know what? Let's give them a nice final bashing.
Shut your damn mouth already, Prochek. There won't be any more fighting, and that's final.
That's right. From this point forward, this dispute is over. And if I hear about anyone causing trouble again, I'll have you all clapped in the pillory. Together. Now pack up and go home.
What a shame. Such a nice pasture. That damned old bastard.
You say something, innkeeper?
I said you can eat the whole bloody pasture for all I care. Oh, wait, you can't, you toothless fucker. You couldn't chew it.
Prochek, you'll stop with the joke soon enough. And me and the fella drive our cattle out here.
So, how does it feel to have the conflict with the Tachovites sorted after all those years?
What can I say? I'll miss it a bit. But I'm sure we'll come up with a new way to have some laughs at their expense. But don't think I've forgotten thanks to whom the pasture is finally rightfully ours. You deserve a reward for your help. So you don't go around saying we Zhelejovites don't know how to show our appreciation.
Thank you. This whole pasture belongs to Tachov. From the orchard all the way to that oak tree. There's a nail stuck in it, marking the border.
Hooray! So what then, Zhelejovites? When will you finally get your asses out of here?
That's not true! What the hell is he on about?
How do you know? You're not even from around here.
But unlike you, yokels, he can read. It's all there, black on white, in the Tachovites Chronicle. So you'll obey it and finally give it a rest.
They've done so much to hurt us. They should have to make it up to us. Make them pay.
None of that. They're the ones always provoking us. You know what? Let's give them a nice final bashing.
Shut your mouth, Olbram. Nobody's paying you for anything.
That's right. From this point forward, this dispute is over. And if I hear about anyone causing trouble again, I'll have you all clapped in the pillory. Together. Now pack up and go home.
Well, Grandpa, how do you like our pasture?
Shame on you. Making fun of an old man.
Oh, get over it. You know what? You can let your cattle graze here. That's how good-hearted I am.
Oh, what do you want in exchange?
You'll throw a dance in my tavern. You'll stand in front of everyone and say what a noble person I am, and how your memory has gone to shit.
What? I'd rather let my cattle graze on rocks than kiss your arse.
So, the pasture finally has its rightful owner, eh? The feud with the Zhelejovites is finally over.
It was about time the truth came out. I've been neglecting my tavern because of all of Olbram's bullshit. Thank you for standing up for the right side. That deserves a fine reward.
Wow. Thank you.
Don't mention it. You'll spend it all in my tavern anyway, won't you? Ah, the Zhelejovites are finally here. Didn't feel like it, eh?
If I knew I was going to get my arse kicked, I wouldn't want to go either.
You see, Henry? They're provoking us again. They're just impossible to negotiate with.
There's nothing to negotiate, old man. The pasture is ours, and that's final.
Bullshit! You know right well that I got smacked around as a child in that orchard right over there.
What do we care where you got smacked around? Leave him alone!
Thank you.
If what Olbram is saying is true, this whole pasture really is theirs.
If, in your dreams, you're just trying to rob our beautiful town.
Beautiful, eh? The place is so ugly, even the plague would rather avoid it.
When they see the gruesome girls from Tachov, even the dogs in the street will back off.
But the lads from Tachov, they don't mind. They do each other from behind.
You bastards! We'll see who has the last laugh when I smash your teeth in!
You'll pay for that stolen maple. Don't forget about the sheep they chased off, them bloody Zhelejovite bastards. We spent all day rounding them up.
What are you getting so upset about, Tachovites? It was just an innocent joke.
We're not going to take this lying down, are we?
Of course not. Enough talk. At 'em, fellas.
Hold on there, fellas. The first one to move will get slapped so hard, he'll get a second one from the ground.
Was that supposed to scare us, or what? I could beat you with one arm tied behind my back.
That's right. Don't let him scare you, lads.
Beat their arses already.
I have to say, you really know how to give each other a right thrashing around here.
That's for sure. You're not a real man until you've had a taste of the local pork knuckle. And you held your own. Help like that deserves a reward.
Can't say no to that. If you wanted to have any more discussions with the Tachovites, I'll be glad to help.
I'd say they'll be licking their wounds for a while.
Hey there, Zhelejovites. Did you miss us?
You know they did. They could hardly sleep.
Can you blame them? I'd rather come and get a beating than hang around in Zhelejov too.
You see? They're provoking us again. And they brought a stranger. There's no use trying to negotiate with them.
There's nothing to negotiate, old man. The pasture is ours, and that's final.
Bullshit! You know right well that I got smacked around as a child in that orchard right over there.
What do we care where you got smacked around? Don't laugh at him.
It's been so many years. Who knows where Olbram got beaten up?
Exactly. Seems a bit too convenient that he's the only one who remembers that the whole pasture belongs to them. The old coot hardly remembers which hole is for eating and which is for shitting.
Old Olbram's always fuming, says half the pasture's his. Claim he'd graze his own bull there, but he's a fool, he is.
What did you say, you ass?
Keep my nothing out of your mouth. That bastard over there is covered him in paint. Do you know how hard it was to get all that off?
And you stole our maypole.
And they chased off our sheep. We spent all day looking for them.
Enough yapping. Are we gonna fight or not?
That's right. Get him, lad.
But for God's sake, wait! You're really gonna let yourself get beaten up just because Olbram told you to?
If he finally admitted the pasture is ours, we could have settled this ages ago.
The lad's right.
What are you talking about, Fletchy Tech?
Why should I let myself get beat up every year? It's not like I have to graze my cattle here.
Come back here, you traitor.
Enough talk. Get him, lads.
I have to say, for a bunch of ordinary villagers, you fight well.
It ain't our first time, mate. And you held your own.
Well, I feel right at home in a fistfight. If you ever have another one planned...
I would happily kick Olbram's ass 3 times a day. But he isn't getting any younger. Can't have him on my conscience, eh? It's more than enough that you helped us defend Tachov's honor. And don't think we don't know how to reward good deeds like that. We have a nice pile of groschen for you.
Thank you. And if those Zhelejovites ever cause any more trouble, let me know.